Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
Very good morning to you. Welcome to the Monday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
All right, this is where we're starting from this morning. It was a reality check for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, losing to a country that is ranked 108 in the world by 2-0 in their last group game of the Africa Cup of Nations right there in Egypt.
To some of us, it's still a dream, but of course, we have to wake up from whatever nightmare that loss to the Madagascar has been for us. All right, let's move over from football. We'll talk about football much later on the show. I'll talk about the third Grand Slam of the year. It serves of today right there in at the All England Club. And of course, there's a lot of interesting matchups on day one.
Absolutely, a lot of interesting ones, starting with, of course, Novak Djokovic's favorites to take this one. Well, that's on the program. The big one, we didn't expect this to happen, but then Kevin Durant will be with the Brooklyn Nets next season. But the thing is, we know he's out for almost the whole of next season, but then he has signed a 4-year contract extension with the club. He made the announcement, with his, he made the announcement on Twitter saying that he's going to be joining the club. So next season, we're not going to be seeing Kevin Durant with the Golden State Warriors. Another player you will not be able to see will also be Andre Iguodala. So these guys are leaving. So the All-Star team, obviously, we will not see that next season.
All right, that's it. That's where we start the show tonight. Piece of news from KD, the man himself. The most anticipated piece of news everybody's been expecting. But I think this wasn't done after the injury. I think before the injury, he already...
Well, I thought he was going to go to New York Knicks. I mean, that's where
a lot of people thought, yeah. These guys, they know how to, keep us guessing. They know how to keep us guessing, keep us, asking for more, and we just keep reading the papers, tease a little information here, and they just keep teasing little by little until they finally drop the bomb, and that's what he's done. We'll see. And just at the point when Charles Barkley, former NBA star, said, look, he doesn't like the fact that the big stars are joining other big stars in already big franchises, already big teams. I love to see these guys who make the NBA more interesting. And I think this that KD has done, of course, no more pressure. He has the ring already. Really? So,
wait for this one. I mean, also knowing, having the just that Kerry Ivan is also joining him, signing a 4-year deal, also worth $141 million. So superstars,
maybe they are building a franchise.
That's what I'm saying. So it's always going to be like that. And DeAngelo's Russell, we heard that, of course, he's also joining Golden State Warriors. So if you're having some stars leaving, other stars are also joining. So I think it's all about you being able to, how to manage your cap and everything.
Are the days of one-man teams over in the NBA?
Okay.
Are they over?
Okay, you're asking me.
I'm asking you.
I think it's over because it's going to be difficult to me. You're having Lakers now, having AD joining them. Then you're having, everyone saying he's going to Brooklyn Nets, and Kerry Ivan is also joining him and all that. So we have this Kemba Walker is going to Celtics and everything. So at the end of the day, the next news we'll be asking ourselves is, where will Kawhi Leonard go? I think that's another player you think he might just go to Golden State Warriors because you're having a good already leaving. So I mean, it's all about. You can never have a one-man team. I don't think so, because any superstar want to bring in another superstar to the team, and you can have 2 or 3
to increase the chances. To increase the chances of winning, and you don't blame those players, especially if there's more money on the table. They can move. Money is always number one motivation. Every other thing is secondary.
You think about it, okay.
It's money. Money.
Okay, it's all about money.
Makes the world go round.
But sometimes I think it's all about the ring. Some players just want to win it, and after winning it, they can join any other club that they want to. Money might
so for KD, he has the ring.
Yeah, he has the ring already. So he just wants a team where he can be. Wow, I think that's the most one for Brooklyn Nets. That's another team you need to watch it for, because they're really building a franchise there. Let's leave basketball now and talk about Wimbledon. Is 7 of today, 11 a.m. precisely. You're going to be having some big stars. Some of them took to court, training, just having some training and all that, passing the rackets around. You have the likes of Serena Williams, you have the likes of Venus Williams, all of them, taking to court, just, training and all the top stars gearing up for this one. But before we look at those top stars, let's talk about Angelique Kerber. She's defending champion. She hasn't had a good run this season and all that, and she's been talking about the fact that, look, when you're in a situation like this, what happened last year, you have to forget all about it and focus on what you have right before you.
Yeah, I mean, that's just basically what she's been saying. I think it's only fitting that we listen to Kerber now, you know, just lay it down for us, give us some perspective, and of course, talk about the weight on her shoulder.
You know, I think it's completely different here because, you know, you're coming back as a member the first time, so it's really special for me and a lot of emotions and a lot of memories from last year, of course. So, yeah, it's nice to being back on this special place here for me. But, I mean, it's a completely new year. Everything starts from zero and, yeah, it is great, yeah, to being back, but for me right now it's again to focusing on my first round on the tournament and of course trying to enjoying every moment on and off court, but yeah, the tournament starts tomorrow, so this is the focus for me for the moment, to focusing on the tournament again. Of course a lot of young players are coming. You know, I think that Wimbledon is more, of course, also like mentally, it's also the experience wise to playing a lot of matches, playing on grass, which is completely different to the other surfaces, and here you feel a completely different energy when you come here. You have yeah, pressure, the nerves are much higher than usual, and I mean, also for me, every year I'm coming back, I feel, you know, you're getting nervous when you're coming here, you really would like to play your best tennis, and I think everyone is feeling the same.
Welcome back, yeah. Angelique Kerber, having us stay there. And I remember some of the things Naomi Osaka said a few days ago, yeah, that, look, she's coming here now, there's no pressure on her shoulder. I think of all the ladies in my time, though I know Monica Seles, I know Steffi Graf, but I can't say they are my time, so they were in my time. But of all the ladies in my time, I think the only lady that has handled the pressure of being number one, going to a tournament as number one and delivering as number one and still probably leaving the tournament as number one, has always been Serena Williams. For these other ladies, Simona Halep, all the other ladies, the pressure, and I was not surprised to hear Naomi Osaka say, look, I'm coming here, I'm happy, I'm second seed.
She's not number one anymore.
I'm not number one, forget about all your expectations. I want to come here and play without the pressure. And, you know, something similar to what Kerber is.
Yeah, I love the fact that she said it's going to be an open draw because you have so many young players in it. Coco is one of them. I mean, she's just 15. Coco Gauff. I mean, she's going to be playing against someone who has won this tournament.
Who she saw on TV.
I mean, you understand? I think Serena Williams, Venus Williams, she's won, I mean, about 4 Grand Slams before she was even born. I mean, you're looking at that. This is some of the upset you'll be looking forward to. I think that's why she said, look, it's going to be very, very open. But the thing is, she'll be beginning the defense of her title against another, you would say, another German. I mean, it's going to be Tatiana Maria. That's the first match. I mean, it's going to be well, a tricky one because you don't even know what's coming.
You don't know what to expect. That's the nature of the women's game. You know, for the guys, it's hard. It's hard to see anybody in the top 5 drop out in round 1. In the ladies' circuit, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past any of the ladies, even though I may not be able to say this is going to be the person. But I wouldn't put it past any of those top ladies. And like you said earlier, the top guys. They're preparing the Novaks, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal. Very sure we'll see pictures of some of them as we go on. You know, already preparing in full swing. A lot of interesting matchups. You have Rafael Nadal and Serena Williams coming into this tournament at an age where you think they'll be watching from the stands. but they're in here as competitors.
Just 37. Just 37.
You know, some still regard them as favorites. And so we'll see. A lot of expectation on those two. For Djokovic, he's still in his prime. He's still in his prime. But for Roger Federer, and you know, that's the man. It's going to be very, very hard to bet your money against the juggernaut. It's going to be very, very hard. But we'll see what happens. He's in fine form. He's in fine form. You know, like you said the other time when we were on the show together, despite losing at the French Open, he said, look, I'm impressed with my play because this is a French Open. I'm playing the best on clay and I'm playing like this. Imagine when I come to, you know, the hard courts, grass, and all of those other surfaces, you see what will happen. So I'm not a betting guy, but this guy looks good. Looks really good.
Your money will always be on him.
I think
when you put your money on him, you don't lose.
You rarely lose unless he's injured. You rarely lose.
Let's see what's going to happen in this one. It's on grass, and it is one of his favorite surfaces. And all that. We saw what he's been able to do right here at Wimbledon.